John here, guys, and today we are talking about the Skyward RC Regulated Fat Cable 2. So, behind me I have the Fatshark HDOs that I've been talking about a lot and a very old battery. So I wanted to talk about something positive having to do with Fatsharks today, and it is this cable. This cable really changes everything about powering your Fatsharks. So this is one of the oldest lipos that I have, and it has seen better days. As you can see, this really just doesn't work too well anymore for powering a quad. It only lasts about 40 seconds. But you can give your old packs like this new life by letting them power your goggles. Now, what this is just a regulated cable. A lot of people kind of make themselves these cables, but if you look carefully, what this cable does have is not only the barrel connector, but also the little balance connector that can power your fan as well. Now, what does this thing cost? It costs less than a Fatshark battery, and this can allow you just to use old lipo after old lipo, or even new lipo, all day, all weekend. If you're going on a trip, if you're going anywhere, you can use this cable. Now look how long this thing is. For a second, I'm going to pull these goggles out of the way. Look how long this thing is. It's very long. So what can you do? You can keep your battery in your pocket. Now, have you seen a lot of people do this because they've either found one of these or they have made their own? Now, some of a lot, unless you're really creative, a lot of people that make their own don't typically have the fan power on there as well. So they do the fan mod and stuff like that so that they can keep their battery in their pocket and still power the fan. But with this cable, you don't have to do that, and it costs less than a Fatshark battery. That's right. It only costs about 21 or 22 bucks. So why wouldn't you get this? If you're buying a pair of used Fatsharks that don't have a battery, buy this. If you want to keep your battery in your pocket, buy this. And if you want to give new life to your old lipos, buy this cable. It's just really great. And I got used to not using any special batteries for my goggles from owning the Amway Commanders for so long. So I'm just going to actually plug this in. Now, one note about this little balance connector. It's cased in a little 3D printed material, which is fine, but it snaps together, and mine kept falling apart. So I just applied some glue on the top, on the ends, on the inside, sealed it back up, and now it's all fine. I do like that it's actually black, so it really looks like it just goes with the HDOs. So let's plug this in, and you can see it's powering up my True D just fine. Now I am on the newest True D firmware version 3.7 release candidate 2, which is really cool. You can see the new display right here. If anybody's interested in knowing more about that, let me know. I can make a video about how to flash that firmware if anyone's interested. But this is going to be a short one, guys. Just wanted to let you know, if you do want to give new life to your old batteries, if you do want to keep your battery in your pockets, I was very used to having the battery on my Amway Commander, since that comes with sort of a regulated cable that allows you to strap the battery onto the back of your head. I was used to just being able to use any old lipo for that. And I had a bunch of old 3S lipos. I don't fly 3S anymore, and I just used those for that. But when I sold that and I was buying the first set of HD2s that I tried before I ended up getting these, I just didn't want to have to buy a battery. And this was cheaper than buying a Fatshark battery. I think a Fatshark battery is like 25 bucks. So it worked out well. I didn't have to strap an old lipo to the back of my head anymore, which was nice. and I can now keep this in my pocket. Now, for a little extra protection, I do see some people attaching on to the balance connector of your Lipo, one of those little battery checker buzzer things that are like $1 or $2, and then set it to like 3.6 volts or something like that, 3.5. So it'll start beeping when you get low voltage, so you don't just drop out. I do notice that even this old 1300 lasts a good several hours. If I was going for an all-day flying session or a race, I might bring 2 old Lipos. But the nice thing is, you can just reach to any spare in your bag and use that to power your goggles. And as you can see, it can do the fan, it can do the DVR, it's applying all the necessary voltage, and it's giving you the regulated output. As you can see on here, you can input 9.5 to 26 volts, so you can really use a 6S pack on here if you wanted to, and it outputs a perfect 8-volt DC 2 amps, which is exactly what we need for these goggles. So, short one, guys. I'll leave a link to the website that these guys have where they build these. It's a simple cable. You can make one on your own, but I do like the fact that there's one that's very cleanly done, that's already done for you, and it comes with the fan power plug already in place. Thanks, guys.